So today's topic is electric bell. To understand what about electric bell, firstly you should know what is electromagnet, because electric bell is the most used application of electromagnet. So what is electromagnet? Electromagnet is any conductor through which current is flowing. Any conductor which is wire or any material through which current is flowing is electromagnet. So the question here arises that what is the reason behind the current traveling smoothly in a wire, in a straight wire? What is the reason behind that? So the answer is that's because there is a magnetic field around it. So look at here. I draw a wire. So that's a wire. I draw a wire around here, and this is current. This is wire, and that's current. And here is the magnetic field. So whenever current is flowing in a straight wire, there is a magnetic field generate around it. However, we can make this magnetic field stronger by wrapping a wire around a piece of iron. So I write it there. The two most important things about electromagnet is that current is directly proportional to magnet. That means the more the current, the stronger the magnet will be. Number two, more the number of turns will stronger the magnet. The more the number of turns will the more stronger the magnet will be. And there are many applications of electromagnet. So every large machine or every large object which is used to lift up cars, the number one application which we used commonly in our daily life is electromagnet of electromagnet is every large machine or object which is used to lift up cars, they have electromagnet in them. The electromagnet is so strong that it can lift the whole weight of the car. So every machine which is able to lift up the car, that's the electromagnet. Number two, electromagnet. So the number second application which are most commonly used in our daily life is electromagnets are used to separate metal objects from the junk grounds. So the piece, the machine, the object which is used to lift up the junks from the grounds are working on the concepts of electromagnetism. Number third, nowadays the most commonly used application of electromagnetism or electromagnet is the fastest moving train which is made by China, and the name is I don't think I can pronounce it correctly. Shanghai Maglev. Shanghai Maglev, I think. It's the most fastest moving train around the world, and it works on the concepts of electromagnetism. And the widely used application of electromagnetism is electric bell. So I want to give the overview of electromagnetism before going to electric bell. So electromagnet is any conductor which is any conductor or a wire through which the current is flowing. So here is the wire. So here is the wire. and the current is flowing through it. And whenever the current whenever the current starts flowing through it, the small amount of magnetic field are created whenever the current is flowing um, in the wire. the the small amount of magnetic current starts to flow. But the problem is the magnetic field around the wire is very low. To make this magnetic field stronger, we we used wrapping process. uh, we wrap a wire around any iron core, and then pass the current from this iron core. This process makes the this magnet stronger. So here I write two things. Current is directly proportional to magnet. The more the current, the stronger the magnet will be. I defined it earlier. Now we can move to electric bell. So electric bell. Here is the simple diagram of electric bell. I can define it. So here's a switch. Here's a switch. This is a switch. Switch is nothing. Switch is nothing but we press it to ring the bell. We press the switch to ring the bell. So this is the switch. That's the battery. That's the soft iron. That's the striker. A striker which strikes the gong. The gong. That's where we hear sound. Now what's that? What's that thing? This is a coil of wire wound. So this is the coil of wire wound around an iron piece. That could be two coils. There could be two coils. It it acts as an electromagnet when current flows through it. Okay, whenever current flows through it, it acts like electromagnet. So so basically this circuit is incomplete. The reason why this circuit is incomplete, because of the switch. Switch is a break here. So whenever we press the switch, this switch attracts there. This switch attracts there and complete the circuit. When the circuit is completed, here's a battery. Current flows through this iron coil, and whenever the current flows through it, it acts like electromagnet. Look, its working is really simple. It's an incomplete circuit. So as you know, the circuit is incomplete. But when you push the switch button, the circuit gets completed and the current starts flowing. But when current reaches the coil, the current starts flowing. But when current reaches the coil of wire, this electromagnet attracts the soft iron towards it. This electromagnet attracts the soft iron towards it. So when soft iron travels to this electromagnet, the striker strikes the gong. It gets here, and the striker then strikes the gong. Now I am repeating this electric bell switch. This is nothing but a switch. whenever we push the switch, whenever we press the switch, push the switch, the circuit gets completed. That's the battery. Whenever the circuit gets completed, current starts flowing, and when current reach there, when current reach this iron piece, the iron piece converted into electromagnet, and when current starts flowing through this electromagnet, it attracts the soft iron towards itself. It attracts soft iron towards itself. As a result, the striker, which is far away from the gong, from this gong, the striker strikes the gong in the result. What is gong? The gong is where we hear the sound. The striker, usually we use name hammer. We use name hammer for the striker. Striker or hammer strikes the gong, and that's where we hear the sound. So I hope now you guys understand what is electromagnet, how it works, how you can increase the power of magnet, what is the construction of electric bell. So now I write here the construction of electric bell for students. Whatever I tell you in the last topic, in the last diagram, construction process, I write it over there. So construction process is: an electric bell consists of an iron core on which a wire is bound on iron core to make it electromagnet. One end of the coil is connected to the terminal of the battery and other end to the striker, which attacks the gong. Okay, the working of electric bell. The electromagnet in an electric bell will create a magnetic field that attracts the soft iron towards it. That's the process where the striker strikes the gong and we hear the sound. And striker strikes the gong, we hear the sound. When striking, yeah, that's the important line. When striking, the current stops flowing through the circuit. When striking, the current stops flowing through the circuit. This causes the electromagnet to lose its electric field. Look. When iron core travels towards this electromagnet, so here it actually goes like this. So here it gets disconnected. Current is flowing through it, and there, so it got break there. The circuit got break there. So current stops flowing through it. Whenever the current stops flowing through it, the electromagnet gets demagnetized. Okay. So this causes the electromagnet to lose its electric field. A striker returns to its original position. Process is repeated when we press the switch. That's the simple construction working of the electric bell. One thing more, what is current? We all know that. Look, we all know that rate of flow of electrons is electricity. The question arises here is, what is current? Current is same as the definition of electricity. The rate of flow of charges. Rate of flow of electrons is electricity. Rate of flow of charges is current. The most important topic is voltage. What is voltage? What is voltage? I want you guys to tell me in one liner as I define it, as I define for the current and electricity. In one line, only one line, what is voltage? Anyone can define it? I don't think many of you can define it, but I can. The voltage is nothing but used to pump the current. Voltage is only used to pump the current. That's all. Voltage has no other work to do in the electronic appliance. All the work all the work is done by the current. The voltage has nothing to do with the electronic appliance. Its only work is to pump the current and maintain the voltage. That's all. So yeah, we all know that V equals to I or the Ohm's law. We all know that V means voltage, I means current, and R is the resistance. So remember that the higher the voltage, we can write it as V is directly proportional to the current. So remember that the higher the voltage, the lower the current will be. We use high voltage to work for the working of electronic appliance. uh, high voltage means we have the average ratio of volt in our houses or home appliances to work, but the voltage is constant and the current is varying. So the higher the voltage, the lower the current will be. Moreover, I want you guys to define me power. I know all of you guys knows what is power, horsepower, and Joule's law. What does Joule's law states? We'll continue it. Maybe we'll continue it in the next video. Uh, if I got this request, then I will make the video. I hope so. You guys understand what is electromagnet. I hope so you guys understand what is electromagnet, wire, reasons, the applications, the construction and working of electric bell, etc. Thank you so much. Take care.